What, however, if you are in the year 1989 or perhaps 1990 and you want to watch some Duckula but you don't have a VHS player, or you're impatient, or perhaps you want to, you're going on a long car trip and you want to watch some? Well, as long as you're okay with watching the same clip over and over again that only lasts 30 seconds and doesn't have any sound, I've got some good news for you. You can buy this little mini movie viewer, and you can buy a clip from Vampire Toreador, which is a clip from one of the episodes of Duckula. The name escapes me right now. The one where he goes to Spain and sees his Spanish cousin. Vampire Vacation, that's what it's called. And No Sacks Were Egyptian, which is a clip from the episode No Sacks Please Were Egyptian. And yeah, what you would do is you would put this viewer up to your eye. You can see the hole there, and click on it, and it would play the clip for you. It was, I would say, a very brief clip with no sound. Yeah, put it up to your eye and chocks away. You've got a good 30 seconds of Duckula, silent Duckula fun. As you can see from this advert here, it would only cost you $4.99, or you could get it away with packs of Trios. Now, how do I have this advert? Well, we'll get to that later. But yeah, this is a cool little novelty thing from the time. I mean, you have to bear in mind, as I said, it was sort of 1989, 1990, so a long time before mobile phones, a long time before, Game Boy Advance video, before video now in the early 2000s, anything like that. Juice Box, I think there's one called something like that. This is quite a novel thing for the time. I suppose it's quite similar to, you had the sort of 8mm reels that have cartoons, but they're completely silent. It's quite an interesting thing. I believe I only ever had Duckula. I got these at the time. I got these in 1990. I believe I got them at the top of a Debenhams. I don't really remember because I was only about 3 or 4. But there were other cartoons on it. There's definitely some real Ghostbusters stuff that was released on here. And I know that because there is quite a good YouTube video on this by Phelan, or Phalus, as he likes to, as he's alternately known. So I will link to that below if you want to find out more about this device. But yeah, here's what I own. These and a couple of Duckula ones. Unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy enough, or to be honest, disciplined enough to figure out how I could show you these clips. But yeah, this is an odd little novelty I thought you'd enjoy seeing. Speaking of real Ghostbusters, they must have had a licensee in common with Duckula, or at least worked with the same people in the UK, because you'll see here this lovely photo of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man winking. It's from the Carnival book, novelising the early episode, The Return of Murray the Mantis. And you'll see here that Carnival did much the same for a couple of early Duckula episodes. Yeah, so these are just, pretty sure I bought these in the 90s. Small, simple novelisations of the episodes with a few captures spread throughout. Nothing terribly exciting in the age of DVDs and YouTube and everything, but probably good fun for kids at the time, and nice to have. So there is a pretty similar product. It's it's bigger and it's got more in it, but it's the same kind of idea. This is a book that summarises the plot of 4 episodes. So Transylvanian Homesick Blues. These are all like early episodes from fairly early in the first series or season. The Mutinous Penguins. This is One Stormy Night. This is an episode that turns up a lot of merchandising. So this fella, Duckula's evil ancestor, come back to life in stone form, and All in a Fog, which is a slightly less represented episode in merchandising and videos and so forth, and it's a good one, so it's good to see that. Yeah, fairly standard stuff. I mean, I haven't read it in many years, so maybe some of the prose is really great. I'd be pleasantly surprised by that. But mostly it was of interest to me. I bought this at a car boot in the late 90s, I believe. And at the time, I had no memory of Transylvanian Homesick Blues. I didn't have it on video or taped off TV, or I didn't see it on TV or anything like that. So that was my first exposure that I can recall to this episode. I then got it. There was a DVD release that was like the first 5 episodes, I think, was released on DVD about a year or so, a couple of years before the Region 1 Season 1 DVD came out. So I got that, and I no longer have it because I didn't keep it after I got the Season 1 set because there was no point really. But yeah, so that's something I definitely appreciate this book for back in the day. Not so much of interest now, but still a nice thing to have. Now this is a very similar product. In fact, it's got an almost identical name. That last one was called the Count Duckula Storybook, and this one is called Duckula Storybook. But it's a more interesting product in my opinion. It's summarising a couple of episodes of the TV show, a couple of Series 1 episodes, Jungle Duck and Vampire Strikes Back. Again, very prominent ones that were the head editions on videos. But where this differs, just $2.99 originally, and I paid 50p for it. I think in a charity shop in the 2000s. You can see here it's got, instead of photos from the episodes, it's got original illustrations, and they're quite charming, I think. It's a different art style. And here's an interesting little tidbit. In the episode, you never see the encyclopedia salesman or hear him. It's just something that's referred to off screen. Whereas here, obviously, it's he's drawn. And the copyright date for this is 87, which is obviously before any of the episodes were broadcast, quite a while before. So it's possible, and there's some different unique stuff like these, like his ancestors here. It's possible they were just going off, storyboards and the scripts rather than the original episodes. It's quite likely, really. But yeah, some nice illustrations in here. They differ quite a bit from the show. Yeah, I don't really recognise those snakes or anything like that. That image just seems quite different as well. So yeah, this is the very famous Tremendous Terrence episode. But yeah, I mean, I say this is good. I don't know if I've actually sat down and read these adaptations, but it's nice. It's a very nice, very nicely done drawings. Very kind of different style. Kind of thing that was, something that was quite nice about merchandising that style. They kind of let some of the licensees branch off in ways that were interesting but still complemented the brand. And yeah, it's a nice little pick me up.